What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Grandmasters have returned, with the first in the lineup being the INSIGHT Terminus. Not necessarily a difficult Grandmaster, but one that can still pose several difficulties for newer Guardians and Guardians who are attempting this solo. This week will be a great week to jump into Grandmasters, as you'll get double rewards all week long, with the Mindbender's Ambition Solar Shotgun being the weapon reward. An amazing shotgun that can drop with incandescent or 1-2 punch. One of my favorites, with Adept versions only being available through Grandmaster. So today we're going to be breaking down this Grandmaster and going over what you can expect out of the INSIGHT Terminus. We'll cover best tactics, best builds and loadouts, cheeses, and everything you need to know to be able to complete the INSIGHT Terminus on Grandmaster and move one step closer to your seasonal Conqueror title. The INSIGHT Terminus Grandmaster Edition hosts 14 total champions, which you'll need to defeat to claim Platinum rank. There are 4 unstoppable champions and 10 anti-barrier. This will be a great week for Void weapons and subclasses, as Void is the acute burn, giving you and your enemies an increase to Void damage, and you'll only be seeing Void shields from your enemies. Hunters will want to run Tether with Omni Oculus, while Titans will want to stick with Bubble. Well of Radiance can certainly be a benefit, but Warlocks will find the most success out of a Stasis build. Adding a freezing component to your team's dynamics is just invaluable when your enemy will be dishing out some hardcore melee damage. And with that in mind, you will want your resilience as close to 100 as you can, while using Void resistance mods on your chest. To handle champions, the Arbalist, Wishender, and Revision 0 will all make for great exotic primaries to run, coming equipped with the ability to pierce anti-barrier champion shields. Void hand cannons, like the Aikilos hand cannon or Palindrome, will work out great against unstoppable champions, or the use of Malfeasance, Bastion, or Leviathan's Breath. While it won't help with champion stunning, the Skyburner's Oath deals extra damage to Cabal and could make for a very lethal weapon to use with the right loadout. Personally, I'm using a Stasis build with Wishender, the Wilderflight Void Grenade Launcher, and a Typhon Stasis Grenade Launcher, with Weakened Clear and Unstoppable Grenade mods. Lucent Finisher will also come in immense benefit, as it will reward special and heavy ammo when finishing these champions. When the INSIGHT Terminus begins, you'll face off against 3 of the anti-barrier champions as you enter the cave tunnel system. Once you make your way out of the tunnel and into the clearing, you'll have a ton of Cabal waiting for you. Hunters do have the ability to go invisible and skip all of these first areas, but you will lose out on your Platinum status. So with that in mind, you will want to stay back and utilize the Brocs as cover, while focusing your fire on the Scion Snipers and the anti-barrier champion. Once the champion is down, you can move onwards out of this room. You'll next run into Kargan, where you'll have to capture the plate while Cabal dogs and unstoppable champions come through the teleporter. This can be a tricky spot to be in, which is why Stasis builds can become so beneficial. But if you are struggling with the Unstoppables, you can hop on top of the flag and jump up to either of the 2 statues in the center of the room, giving you a significant advantage. Once you've cleared the plate, you'll need to cross through another tunnel system with some very spicy floor goo that you'll need to slide through, so don't forget to put on concussive dampener mods to help reduce the damage. Warlocks can help the team out by popping a healing well before or after the slide through. Before catching back up with Kargan, you'll encounter 2 more waves of Cabal before being able to steal the Arc Core and dunking it. I recommend, while you face these waves of adds, to hang back where you first entered the room. This way you can avoid a lot of the fire from the enemies, pop rifts, and use shields, and keep distance between you and your enemy until you feel comfortable with pushing out. Once you've grabbed the Arc Core a new wave of enemies will spawn in, where the dunk location is. You'll need to clear the gladiators and anti-barrier champions before dunking the core. Once you've dunked the core, a new wave of Cabal will begin coming through the teleporters on all sides of the room. You'll need to navigate your way back to the starting area, so this would be a great time to pop supers to help clear a path for you and your team. You'll now rinse and repeat the process over again for the second and final arc core. During these 4 waves of adds, you will encounter your last 2 unstoppable and anti-barrier champions. Once acquiring the second arc core, you'll have another wave of Cabal spawn in to protect its dunk location. Clear these guys out before dunking, and then wait for the doors to open. You'll have a group of Vex with a Void Minotaur waiting for you, so don't forget about these guys as you're standing at the doorway. Once you've worked your way down some very narrow tunnel pathways, you'll come to a large clearing with Kargan and a large group of Vex. This is where most Guardians will launch down a few shots and grenades to get a few extra points. But once Kargan has shifted and teleported away, you can use this as an opportunity to regain supers, as the encounter will not begin until you have stepped on the center plate. During the encounter with Kargan, you will have several waves of Cabal that include gladiators, dogs, and several incendiaries with void shields, and Kargan will continuously launch out fans of void damage that will burn you while launching you in the air, so you'll need to play very cautious here. At any point during this encounter, if you get too overwhelmed by adds, you can use these areas on the ledges of both the left and the right sides of the room to flee, regain health, regain super, and regain your composure. When it comes to capturing the plates, it will be in your team's best interest to capture one at a time. Use supers to thwart off the enemies and move together as a unit, and if need be, run back to the safe zone spots on the ledges. Overall, I find it best to stay in the area in the center far back of the room, where you have several blocks giving you cover from your enemies, as well as Kargan's Void Blasts, and you're able to keep distance between you and the brutal melee attacks that your enemies possess, which is just yet another reason why a stasis build will really help out this week. Kargan will have a total of 3 damage phases, so you will want to use your heavy sparingly until the final phase of damage. The Retrofit Escapade and the Typhon can both make for excellent choices in void heavy weapon damage. So by playing it safe, running heavy void, and using a few cheese spots along the way, you should see yourself getting some pretty easy runs of the INSIGHT Terminus Grandmaster in under 20 minutes, with bonus rewards, meaning bonus Adept Mindbenders, and a lot of them. And with that, I wish you all the best in luck throughout this week and this season. Let me know how your runs of Grandmaster are going, and what your thoughts of the return of Mindbenders are in the comments below. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. If you're a new Light Guardian, just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran just looking for a new home, well, be sure to check out the Discord link in the description below and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.